It's November 5th, 2021, beautiful city of the Villages in Florida. It's raining. It's been the first time for me to see the rain here. My name is Jong-woo Han. I am the president of Korean War Legacy Foundation, which has more than 1,500 interviews of Korean War veterans, not only from the United States, but also from other 21 countries that participate in the war from 50 to 53. We are doing this to preserve your memory, first of all, and honor your service. But at the same time, we want to educate our young generation about the Korean War and its legacy so that they can learn from the history. We don't teach much about this Korean War history, and it's been known as forgotten. We want to challenge that. I want to fix that. That's why we are doing this. It's supported by the MPBA, Ministry of Patriots and Veterans Affairs of Republic of Korea, for the special occasion of the 70th anniversary of the breakout of the Korean War in 1950. It's a great honor and pleasure to meet you, sir, with your wife, Nancy. And why don't you introduce yourself? What is your name?
My name is George Myron.
Myron?
Right. My wife.
So your first name is George.
Right.
Last name is Myron. M-Y-R-O-N.
Yes.
Great. What happened to your voice?
I had cancer on three other parts. Removed my blood.
So now you are clean of cancer, right?
Yeah.
Good for you.
For the years.
Excellent. What's your birthday, sir?
4/23, 1930.
4/27?
3.
3.
1930.
Oh. So you are now
91.
91.
Yeah.
Just 91. Oh. You don't have any wrinkle over your forehead.
Nah.
Oh my goodness. And where were you born?
Orange. New Jersey.
New Jersey?
Yes.
What city?
Orange.
New Jersey. And tell me about your family background when you were growing up. What did your father do and how many siblings you had?
I had that one brother who graduated last year. My dad worked for Seoul pharmacy.
Uh-huh.
My mother was housewife.
Huh.
My mother died when I did. She had breast cancer. My father died as a result of a fire in his house in 1972.
So when did you graduate high school? What high school?
Called Jersey High School in 1948.
Caldwell?
Caldwell. C-A-L-D-W-E, Caldwell.
High school when?
1948.
1948. Did you learn anything about Korea from the school?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Huh.
Nothing.
And so after graduation, what did you do?
I went to work with the insurance company. And I had to sign up for the Marine Corps Reserve. And,
Marine Corps?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When reserve.
Yes.
But when did you actually went to boot camp? When was it?
September 6th, 1940.
1950?
Yes.
So that was right after the Korean War broke out.
Right. I was down at Camp Seoul when the war broke out.
So you volunteered to enlist yourself
Yes.
to the Marine Corps.
Yes.
You were not afraid to be dragged into the Korean War?
No.
Come on.
I'll be
You could be killed.
I know.
You were idiot.
It came close.
Came close later? Oh, okay, so we're going to talk about it. So you enlisted Marine Corps. And where did you get the boot camp? I mean, the basic training? Candleton.
Yeah, California.
How was it?
Tough.
How was? I mean, give me the details. Some.
Well, it's hot. Days were 12, 13, 14 hours. Days of training. They trained us well. They trained us very well.
Mm-hmm. It was very hard, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So when did you arrive in Korea?
November 19th.
November 19th.
That was
Where?
Seoul.
Seoul?
From Busan.
From Busan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so you landed in Busan and then you take a truck up to Seoul.
Yeah, so we had to make some. Made some from Busan.
Masan, okay.
Yeah.
Masan to Seoul.
Yeah. And I signed on something. Same with that. Fifth Marines.
5th Marine.
Yeah.
You mean 5th Marine Regiment.
Yes.
And then it was 1st Division.
Very good. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was your MOS specialty? Rifleman?
Yes. Both 300. But I think corporal.
Corporal. And did you stay in Seoul or did you move?
No. We moved north to East Coast of Korea.
East Coast?
Yeah.
Punchbowl?
Yeah.
You were there in Punchbowl?
Yeah.
Oh.
Daegu.
So when you were in Seoul briefly, how was Seoul? Describe it.
Peace. It was peace.
Huh?
A lot of damage.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But people were glad to see us.
Uh-huh. And so you were in the Punchbowl area, and
Oh, yeah.
what did you do there?
Punchbowl was combination Army, Marine Corps, taking it by Punchbowl, which is sweet norms, big, valley. A lot of people killed. A lot of good men killed.
You saw all those, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yes. I got the solar star there. They were going up this hill, mountain, at 1305. And an army regiment had been trapped. And we went to make away from it, went to get out. And was around. We had fired on him. Couldn't see where it was going. So I stood up and let him shoot the pin. So he saw it where they were. And then I led an assault on the bug one. And we killed the 3 North Koreans.
So you were shot? You shot them?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So you were not injured?
No.
No.
I stood up, let them shoot at me. So he could see where they were.
So that was,
Show him the citation too.
yeah, later we'll see the citation. So did you get a medal for that?
But
What was it?
Silver Star.
Silver Star.
Yes.
Excellent. So was it like every day, like that kind of battle? Every day?
Yeah.
Oh.
For a while. But that Punchbowl was tough. It was big.
Did you have to do patrol?
Yes.
Tell me about those.
Well, we took Punchbowl. When we come patrol, we see where they were. When firefights, but we never go all the way. We're so 20 that I mean that. So we just, that was during the police talk.
Who was the enemy? Were they Chinese or North Korean?
At that point, it was North Korea.
North Korean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or Chinese earlier.
Chinese too.
But they chose that.
So did you stay in the Punchbowl all the time or did you move?
Yes, we did. Until September. And they went from combat. The army team was trapped in a valley. And we had to find a way to get them out. And September 23rd, 1924. So we opened up the roof. We went to escape.
So when did you leave Korea?
December 12th,
December 12th,
1951.
1951. 51.
Yeah.
And have you been back to Korea since then?
No.
No. Okay.
I loved it.
You love to go back. What was the most difficult thing during your service in Punchbowl? If I ask you to pinpoint only one, what was the most difficult thing to you?
Temperature. Hot.
Hot?
Yeah.
Huh. What about cold?
Oh, it's winter. It's cold.
You told.
It's cold. You know what? Very cold.
Very cold, right?
Oh, God. It's so cold that your rifle would freeze.
Freeze.
Will you urinate on the rifle? Make it melt.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Did you have enough clothes or the jackets?
Yeah.
And did you have a Mickey Mouse booth?
Yes.
You did?
Yeah.
Did it help?
Where the clothes were very heavy. The bottoms were 35 pounds. The boots were
Yeah. Did you work with the Korean soldiers there in the Punchbowl?
we had interpreters. We had interpreters to do it. Yes.
Or any other Korean children helping you laundries and so on?
Yes.
Yes?
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember anybody?
No.
Did you like them?
Oh, yeah.
How old was them?
5, 6.
5 and 6, and they are working for you?
Oh, yeah. Mom is gone.
So you give him money or food?
Yeah.
What were you thinking that this 5-year-old boys had to work for you there and do the laundry and shoe shine? Isn't it sad?
It was. It was.
Were you able to visit other city from Punchbowl, like Seoul? No. You just stay there all the time.
Yeah.
Did you have a R&R to Japan?
Yeah, more or less. A week, 10 days. Please, so went up on patrol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in that Punchbowl, did you sleep in the tent or in the trench or in the bunker?
Bottle. The bottle for the
Okay. Uh-huh. What did you eat? Did you eat the hot meal or
Yeah. Well, we did C-rations.
sea rations?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No hot meal at all?
No.
No.
Dude, they did get him. Put over the fire.
So what was your favorite menu out of sea ration? What did you like most? Bean?
Yeah, we
All right. So how much were you paid at the time as a corporal?
$121.
$121. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Did you get the combat pay?
Yes.
Plus 121, right?
No,
That included 121.
Yeah.
And what did you do with that money?
I saved it all. You know. So I got the Japan.
But you were single at the time. You are not
yeah.
married.
Oh, yeah.
So you send the money back home.
Yes.
And after you return, did you buy a car or what?
The 1951
Chevy.
Chevy.
And that's where you met your
Next.
Nancy. So
December 27th.
December 27.
I got prom to Living Church on Christmas Eve.
So Nancy, could you join your husband there? Now we have a new guest. Her name is
Nancy Walsh was my maiden name, Myron.
Myron. So you are the wife, right?
Yes.
How did you meet him?
At a party that was thrown for he and his friends to welcome them back from Korea.
Oh, when was it?
December
27th.
27th, 1951.
You don't remember.
Oh, I forget.
Oh, boy. That's the day you met your husband.
No, the year, the date I remember. The year I forget.
So, how you came to the party? What happened? You didn't know him before, right?
I didn't know him. My father had a friend who knew his father, and they needed girls. So I had a bunch of girlfriends. We were just out of high school, and my father asked me to go to the party and bring some of my friends, which I did.
I told you.
But you said that there were George's friend there too, right?
Yeah.
How many?
Well, I told Myron's family. I'd say
No, the Myron family. You mean the friends that he came home with?
Yeah.
3.
3.
3 other soldiers from
Yeah.
Korea.
Yeah.
So there were 4 soldiers returned from the Korean War.
Yeah.
And why did you choose him?
He chose me.
Oh, okay. So why did you choose her out of there were her friends there too?
I went up to my mother and I told her I'm gonna marry your daughter.
He told my mother that night.
And why? The prettiest or
Oh yeah.
oh yeah.
He better. He liked the red hair.
I don't want you to be political now, okay?
No.
Okay, so that's how you met him. So did he tell you about his battle experience there? Nancy, did he tell you about his battle experience?
Not too much. It's more through the years. Or if he was with friends.
Yeah, I'm
Which-
talking about not that day, but
No,
did
but
he?
as time went on, a little
Yeah.
bit here and there. And some of his friends from the service would get together and, you know.
What did he tell you?
Not an awful lot. A lot of the, of course, questions have come up because of the Silver Star, which is on the decoration. But a lot of it was ways of living, and women having babies in the gutter on the side.
Yeah.
Things that I had, that he told me that I could not believe really happened in this world. And that was his experience. And then, you know, bit by bit, a little bit at a time, about how the children were and the diet. And that was really mainly the things that the women had to endure. That troubled me.
Right.
They would borrow my poncho.
Pancho?
Then she had a baby on that poncho.
She laid down to have the baby.
She was gone at this point.
Oh. That's miserable, isn't it?
Yeah.
But when he was fighting in Korea, did you know that there was a Korean War?
Yes.
Nancy?
Oh, yes, I knew there was a war,
Uh-huh.
but I didn't know him.
Right. But did people talk about the Korean War?
Well, my father is kind of a historian, and he really watched a lot of news.
Yeah.
Of course, I was in high school at that time, and so I wasn't home as much as back further in World War I and all, when he talked a lot about what went on in the world.
Yeah. But did you learn anything about Korea from the school at the time when you were in
Not
high
too
school?
much.
Not too much? What do you mean?
And
Too much?
later on.
But what do you mean by not too much? Did you learn some? Not at all, right?
Not too much, no.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was out of high school. You know, I was working. They didn't talk about it.
Yep. So that's why it's been like known as forgotten war.
Yeah.
So George, do you know how Korean economy has developed so far?
Oh, yeah.
What do you know? Tell me.
I know that drive Hyundai.
Hyundai, and you have a car from Hyundai?
Yeah, two.
Two, not just one.
Second one, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Sonata.
Sonata and
Sonata.
two sonatas. You love sonatas.
Yeah.
What else do you know about Korean economy?
I know it's good. I know it's quite favorably.
Yeah.
Korean War.
But when you left Korea on December 12th of 1951, did you ever imagine that Korea would change like that?
No.
Why not?
I thought it was a backward country. You know,
Yep. Yeah.
people were not educated. You know, they were all farmers.
Yep. And do you know the rank of the Korean economy now in the world?
I'd say about five or six.
That's a little bit of overestimation, but now it's rank number 10 in the world.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
Wow.
And South Korean, the territorial size, the land is just half of the Florida state.
Yeah.
It's a little bit bigger than Indiana. They don't have a drop of oil, no gasoline.
No.
But they are the 10th largest economy in the world. And they are making cellular phones, top in the world.
Yeah.
Samsung, LG, they're making a lot of microwave, right? Refrigerator and wash machine. All these things. What do you think about that?
I think it's great. I think it's great. Very good ally. Very good ally.
Yeah. You mentioned that lady, the woman has to deliver on your poncho.
Yeah.
Now in Korea, they don't want to have a baby. They just want to enjoy their life. That's the problem of Korea right now.
They had it tough. They had it tough.
Yep.
You know.
George,
There's a lot of past too.
I'm sorry?
a lot of it has passed. You know, it's like a lifetime. Like our grown daughters.
Yeah.
We have one in her 60s. She doesn't really know, even though, you know, as much as I know, and I didn't really experience it as much until I got to know him.
Exactly.
But on down the generations, they really don't know.
Really don't know. See, that's why we are doing this.
Well, it upsets me that these things aren't taught in schools more.
Exactly. I am upset.
Oh, I mean, they should be taught. Because the children, they're in La La Land.
Yeah. Huh? See, that's why. Here, the Mark Kerry, he is the Korea defense veteran. He was in Korea in 1970, 77 and 78. He is the heir of you, Korean War veteran there, continue to defend South Korea from the communist North and China. We don't talk about it. We spend a lot, I am US citizen, and we spend a lot of money there in Korea. We send many, many young American men and women to there. There is still 2nd Division stationing in Pyeongtaek. That's the largest military base in the world. Not in Japan, not in Germany, but in Korea. And we don't talk about it, and it's a forgotten war. I am angry. Are you angry about that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, let's do something about it. Yeah. So, that's why we're going to make this interview into curricular resources so that teachers can use it in the classroom. We already made it. So explain again, how did you get this one?
I stood up when let them fire away so we could sleep where they were.
So that's the certificate of the Silver Star.
Yes.
From Navy?
Maybe.
Because you were in the Marine, right?
The Marine Corps, the Navy,
Navy.
Marine Corps.
So after you returned from Korea, what did you do?
I went back to work at the insurance company. But I joined the Livingston Police Department. I was a policeman for 30 years.
Policeman. Oh.
A lieutenant, yes.
Oh.
And I retired after 30 years.
What did you learn from your war experience? What kind of man did you become different before and after?
The ability to take orders.
Huh?
The ability to take orders. Marine Corps, wait, to drum up the deal.
Semplify.
Yes.
Have you joined any Marine reunion here in the United States?
I did. My first couple. Yes.
Right. So, what would you say to our young American students about the legacy of the Korean War?
Talk. Don't fight. Talk.
Oh, that's a very good one. Don't fight, but talk.
Talk.
Wow.
Talk. Fighting is really too much people.
Yes. Thank you for that. But what would you say to the Korean people? They are still at war technically.
But no. Keep the faith.
What?
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Yes.
What faith?
Believe it. Believe in yourselves. They're great people. They're great.
Yeah. What do you think about the relationship between U.S. and China right now? Scared?
Yes.
Mm. That reminds you the Korean War?
Yes. 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 Yes.
What would you do if I arrange a meeting with a Chinese soldier that fought against you now? If I arrange the meeting, could you shake them?
Yes. Yeah. We fight for the it's crazy to fight. But fight that reason fight.
Mm-hmm.
And every day there were a lot of Chinese. A lot of Chinese.
Yeah. Would you enlist yourself for Marine again if you are born again?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Forever Marine.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Any other message that you want to leave to this interview?
I would say believe what your country stands for. They fight.
Fight for. What does America stand for?
Right now was quite wrong. I think with too many expectations. I think leadership is terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Right, let's stop over there. I want to wrap this interview by saying thank you for your brave, courageous service in Korea as a Marine Corps in the Punchbowl. You got Silver Star for your bravery, and you came back, you met beautiful Nancy, and you finished your career as a policeman.
Yes.
Yes. So I want to thank you for your contribution for the Korean War, and that's why the Korean people were given the opportunity to rebuild beautifully out of that horrible war.
It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody died.
So many died. And that's why we are going to, if you look at the brochure there, the brochure there will be, this one, that one. There will be Wall of Remembrance in the Korean War Veterans Memorial Park in Washington, D.C. next year.
Okay.
And 36,594 names of being killed will be inscribed in the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, he just went on the honor flight.
Yeah. So you have to come back again next year in July. We're going to have a big ceremony, okay? Yep.
Yeah, they just won, and that was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. George, thank you again. It was difficult for you to speak but I was able to understand what you're saying, and we're going to transcribe this, okay, so that it will be written, okay, by the professionals, so that people who cannot understand will read the caption under your interview, okay?
Thank you.
Great. Thank you again for receiving me in your home, beautiful home. Thank you, sir, and thank you, Nancy. Here's my friend, Kerry. He is the Korea defense veteran in the chapter 169. He has been observed in the interview of George here, and he's holding his Silver Star certificate, and he's wetting his eyes. He is moved by your bravery. So I want to thank you all, okay?